I told our freshmen at the University of Nebraska moving forward, every game in November had better be a big game. It better matter. Okay, so yeah, like it was like, well, we should have taken the pressure off of them. That's what's wrong. Like you got to learn to be so comfortable with all the pressure in the world on you and the game hanging on your shoulders. And so, yeah, we put pressure on the players. Yeah, we put pressure on ourselves. I'm glad that they recognize that, hey, if we won that game, we had a chance to go to a bowl. I'm glad they recognize if they won that game, hey, we're kind of alive maybe in the Big Ten West. You have to come face to face with your demons and your fears and say, hey, when that was happening, did I play free and loose or did I play tight? Like the guys will tell me last year at Iowa, like, kind of like, hey, the season was over. They found out, Coach Joseph, who they obviously really respected, was, I was coming, he wasn't going to be the coach, and they just kind of were like, hey, let's go play, and they kind of just went out and played. Well, anybody can play when there's no pressure. Like, can you play with pressure? And so that is what we're trying to learn. So I don't want them like. I think that's what we sometimes. Me. I won't say anybody other parents, but I'll say maybe I do. I want to take the pressure off my kids and just. My kids have to learn how to deal with adversity and deal with pressure and deal with all these things, because when you do, you become unflappable. And so we're so lucky that in November we're learning these things, right? We're learning these things. We're seeing with the adversity. I mean, I talked about the replays, right? That we're not making it about that. Like that happened, and yet we still have to overcome it. We're talking about like the turnover. We're not going to make it about any one thing. Every player and coach has to be better under pressure, and that's again, here we are this week, right? If we win the game, we get to be bowl eligible. Okay, well, how did talking about that last week help us, guys? It didn't, right? Like, the football mattered. So I'm talking about for our team, right? Not you guys. I'm saying our team. Like, just go 1-0. Hey, I have an idea. Like, when you're playing a third, just play a third. And when you're blocking the D end, just block the D end. And just do what we do and play football. And in the most pressure with everything on the line, if you can just be in the moment and say, what's my job? To block that guy. And you block him exactly like you always have. That's when you become a good team. And that's what great players, that's the benefit of them. Like Christian McCaffrey could sit there with all the pressure in the world. He could just hear the play call and play it as hard as possible and not let anything affect him and then say what's next. And we didn't do that on Saturday. We were kind of like this, and we have another chance this week. And so I'm glad we're in that moment.